We are getting ready to open this new patient tower. It's going to be called the East Tower. It seemed like $138 million to build this. It's crazy. Going to really add a whole lot of new features and new abilities to the healthcare system here where I work at UNC Health Blue Ridge. I thought I'd show you. This is going to be the event, the ribbon cutting. And this is the tent that we've used for the people to come sit under. It starts at 5 p.m. It's actually a really nice day, about 75 degrees in August, which is insanely cool. We got Kevin from Oz Productions doing our audio. Let's swing over here and get a little bit of his setup. And this is the big tent. Probably 36 feet wide, I don't know, 100 feet long or more. Got fans set up on the sides over here. It's a really cool portable stage that Kevin brought. I shot pictures of what it looks like and helped him assemble it. It's a podium where people will talk. And we got these balloon decorations. I'll emerge over here, you can see the rest of the patient tower. So all of this, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I can't remember how many square feet it is it adds to us, but it almost doubles the size of the hospital here in Morganton, North Carolina. So I'm going to be taking a Washington, D.C. dignitary ride, walking around with me, shooting some video. And I'll be shooting the whole event when it starts at 5 o'clock.
We may let you go ahead and so if you guys want to just go ahead and yeah, we have Dr. Cooper and his team, Chelsea, and Dr. Sam. Okay. Yeah. I'll follow you up. All right, if y'all want to come on. Follow Carrie. I'll grab this.
Thank you guys for coming.
We're all going different routes, so you'll see groups different places. But welcome to our new emergency room waiting area. We're really excited. Yep. So the waiting room area is, this is a 3 times the size of our current ED, which is going to help us here in this ED to do so much better. So we're actually going to head down and we're going to start on our new ICU floor that's coming. So y'all will follow me. So we have like centralized technology here to make it easy for people. Something new for us, which I will point out, this is going to be the entrance for our laboring moms that come into the emergency department. So they'll, for the first time, have their own space, come in their own entrance, ring up to our family center, and we will come down and get them. And we've not had that before, and our laboring moms deserve that kind of an entrance. So we're really excited about that.
Very good.
Yeah. So how was your trip?
It was great.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because they have vested interest. Absolutely. Well, vested interest for philosophy or conservative.
This is all part of our emergency department. Let's welcome to that class.
Challenge part of most people is figure it out once they get it back. Well, I don't know, we don't yet have the numbers of how time increased in the use of what providers that we're providing when expectations was in place.
You can wait for the next
Right,
one.
so we need to do it. Yeah. In our field.
I think the plan is to have an ICU first.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we just pile in, we can do it. These, I think they said these hold, what, 9,000 pounds?
31 people.
31 people, so.
We might want to drop that back to 32.
Test it.
We can get rid of it.
It's a good test.
We're going to 4. So we are headed up to our, what will be our new ICU area. It will not open when the ED opens. The ED opens next week, or 2 weeks from now, sorry. The ICU will not open till right now. They're looking at maybe February of next year. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done up here.
And you said ICU?
Mm-hmm. Yep, ICU and progressive. We're gonna come off here.
Some new snippets going on.
The thing that I left out is that last year we put these synopses in across the government, so I'm calling my
Today. Please come in. The rooms, as you can see, are large enough.
Hello. Hi. I'll wait till everybody gets in and then I'll tell you a little bit about the room. You guys want to wait. So this is one of our progressive care ICU rooms. So it can be an ICU room or a progressive care room. It literally is about double the size of our current ICU. I don't know if you all have ever seen our current ICU, but this is double the size. And so basically now you have your bed, you have your chair that's up against the bed rails in the bed because we have no room. You don't have room for family. If we have equipment that we need to get in the room, the bed has to come out or we have to catty corner it to get everything in there. And so currently now, as you can see, we're not gonna have any of those issues.
Right.
And so there's 3 ceiling lifts in the new tower. This is one of the rooms that has a ceiling lift. The difference between the ICU rooms and the progressive care rooms that you'll notice is the bathroom. So when you go to an ICU room, it will not have a shower. And that's just because the different level of care for the patients. But that's another huge issue currently now in the ICU. Our commode is in a cabinet. So we pull out the cabinet and there's the commode for the patient to use the bathroom. And so they're gonna have their own personal bathroom, hand washing. We have hand washing sink for the nurses, which we currently don't have in the current rooms. We just have one sink that the patient and the nurse both use. So we'll have a sink for the nurse and then a sink for the patient. We also have a visitor section and we have this wonderful couch. Yeah, do you wanna do it? Okay. I know, Hannah, ready, right? We are so excited about this. It turns into a bed, so now our patients don't have to lay in the waiting room or get a hotel or not even stay in the patient's room. They now have a full bed that they can come and
Is that typical for ICU or is that?
For the bed?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think it was.
No, it's not. And so we really wanted to make it patient-centered and so that our families could stay. We're an open ICU, which means that our patients, visitors are allowed. And so we wanted it to be very friendly, not only for the patients, but for the family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that we decided we wanted to provide.
So as a current ICU
Yes,
nurse here, just to talk on a few things that she said, usually if we can find a recliner and it can fit in there with all the equipment that we have, sometimes, family members can stay, but unfortunately it's a recliner, which is better than a chair, a hard chair or the floor. But we have all this now, and then the huge windows are actually getting natural light. We have a nurse's station at every single room, so you're right there, you can watch your patient from right outside the room, which hopefully will reduce call bells. And this is actually a bariatric friendly room, so if you actually look into that room, the toilet is very large, but that's so if it is somebody that needs assistance with a Hoyer lift or one of the lifts, that it actually we can safely maneuver them in there and it fits well. So you'll see in some of the other ICU rooms that there's 2 different colors on the floor. This one isn't exactly the same way, but you'll see that the bluish gray color is what they're saying our current ICU rooms size are. And then you can see this white kind of color that's more like the families area, and how much bigger it has expanded. So that's a really big thing to pay attention to when you're looking. And we've got a nice dialysis hookup with that little metal door. So unfortunately, the way hospitals were made, all decades ago, is we unfortunately usually have to hook them up to the commode. And so now there's a drain in there for regular hemodialysis, or if we do our CRRT machine. So that's something we're all really looking forward to.
You made a good point too. Each room has a closet for the patient's belongings, which we currently do not have. And so our rooms, the patients either have to take their belongings, family have to take them home, or they're really like piled up in a chair or in a corner, because we just don't have space for them. And so every room that you guys will look at will have a space specifically for patient belongings.
And this is 7 days from online? I think someone said that. It's gonna be like 7 more days before this.
Oh, this will be, so the ER will move in first, and then we will move in. We don't have a set date yet, but it'll be after the first of the year that the ICU will move over.
As soon as they can make the connection between the two buildings, like a corridor, we'll be able to move over. So we're anxiously awaiting.
We are anxiously. I told them, I said, I wish we could tour them into what we have and then bring them to what
Well, I'm not in a hurry to come here.
No, people could see like how we're so excited and the amazing part of it.
I am Tracy Reeble. I'm the Executive Director of the Blue Ridge Healthcare Foundation. We are the philanthropic arm for UNC Health Blue Ridge. And I'm excited to share with you all our digital display patient boards that we have purchased and installed in all of our ICU rooms from medi-sign. So how many of you all, I'm sure you have been in a hospital room before and you've seen the dry erase boards. So very hard to keep those really up to date for the patient to understand what's going on in their journey with the healthcare system, as well as the caregivers, which is incredibly important, especially if the patient cannot speak for themselves. So this digital display board is replacing the dry erase boards. It naturally updates real time when any changes are made within the electronic medical record system. So it's real time data that's going to show for that patient, as well as their caregivers, of what, number one, who their care team is that is assisting them with a picture. So that's nice to visually connect with who your care team members are. In addition to that, it is sharing any specific information regarding precautions as it relates to the patient, as well as what the plan is for the day, which is incredibly important, again, for the patient, for the caregivers to really understand what is going on with my loved one's journey with UNC Health Blue Ridge. So we want to ensure that there's full transparency and open communication with all those that enter our walls, specifically here in the ICU. I do want to note that this was purchased through our gala, our benefit gala that we held last year. So it's just a blessing to be able to do this. Then I'll briefly speak to, and you can look at it as you leave, on the left behind the door, there's another smaller digital display board, and that is specifically for the team members. As they enter the room, they can quickly see what are the precautions that I need to take with this particular patient, versus having a lot of flyers everywhere that we just stick on the wall and then remove. That is just real-time data again, so we can ensure that we are fully servicing that patient the way that they need to be cared for. And then I want to introduce Tim Rollins, who's with medi-sign. If you have any specific questions about the board, he can certainly answer those for you.
So if there's a procedure happening tomorrow, I assume it will say tomorrow, or is it just stick to the plan for the day? So does it automatically count down and update with the clock, or?
So information is coming and going as it becomes relevant. So things that are being ordered are determining when they come and go on that board. So for example, if we have something like you're going to be on NPO at midnight because you're going into a procedure, it'll tell you nothing by mouth starting at midnight.
And where does that data come from?
That's coming from the medical record. So as staff are documenting in their medical record, as they always have previously, without any change in workflow, that information is all coming over here organically. So it adds absolutely nothing to the teammates' plate. So in case you haven't noticed how excited these people are for something, this is a big enhancement. So it's not just about medically performing nowadays. That's certainly very important, but this is taking it to the patient's perspective and to the family's perspective And it really makes a big difference.
I can see the importance of that. I've got a family member that was in the hospital recently, and they came out on the dry erase board and wrote that he's having surgery tomorrow.
That's right.
Well, it didn't get updated the next day, so I went to visit him before surgery. He said, no, that's not till tomorrow. It says so. And he's dealing with dementia, so it was very confusing for him.
That's a good point, because that's unfortunately, that's something that, depending on what you walk into for your shift, sometimes we don't, the whiteboard's not your first priority. I try to make it, but you're right, that's something that this is gonna pull straight from Epic, the documenting, the EHR, and it'll say like out there before you even walk in if they're on contact precautions for MRSA, NPO, the high call risk, all those different things. So before PT, OT, surgery, anyone can walk into the room, like they already know what's going on with the patient. Like, be careful because of this, or oh no, I can't bring you a cup of water because you're NPO.
And Commissioner, the thing on the outside of the room, a lot of times the physician may cancel some of those orders, and there's carts of equipment that the doctors are having to put on and nurses are having to put on. And it could be 12 hours later by somebody realizes to take the sign down and move the cart.
Yes.
So when that order is canceled, it would change on
Automatically updated.
up here or the board out here that the staff are looking at.
Because our current process, we have signs that we as nurses literally just stick up, right? And to your point, if we get busier with another patient and the doctor puts an order in, it might be an hour before I can get that sign back down or get the right sign switched out. And this is immediate. It's immediate.
That's amazing.
Excellent.
This gets our healthcare heroes back to the bedside, which is exciting.
All right, I am moving us along.
I
Thank you so
know,
much,
sorry.
ladies.
We
Great
can talk
job.
about it.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your
Yeah,
day.
As I was saying, there's a nurse that right outside so that they can follow their patient, not wait for patient, and let the nurse sit down for a little while. How can we have this sections for each aid or each room, so they have everything they need? I believe I heard 29. So I have 20 ICU and 9 So while we know that families can wait and with their patients and be much more comfortable, we also wanted to have some space out here. Wait, well, let's wait.
I know that they are increasing housing services. We're also having our physicians.
They just get such good input, so I think this is, I would be pleased.
Cardiologist.
What do you think, Dr. Sandsworth? Excited? Our staff are going to use hospitals, some of the physicians and some of our.
Dr. Sapat can go ahead and pick his seat for where he's doing all of his ID consults, right?
Let's start with Jamie. Jamie is one of our house supervisors and administrative supervisors, and she was just talking about going between, because that's part of their job, so she's got lots and lots of stuff.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So,
Grand opening they want us
I
to get to.
saw him come in.
Let's get one of these rooms. Okay.
It's going to pop up on that.
Y'all come on in, there's plenty of room.
Everybody in?
Yeah. Okay. So current state in our ICU now, the space that we have available is pretty much within this gray square here. In our current rooms, the patient's window is behind them at the head of the bed. There's not much space to go. You have a sink on one side over here, which has the utilities underneath it, and then you have enough room for a bedside table and maybe a recliner for family members. There is some space behind the patient for ventilators or BiPAP machines. And then if you're utilizing CRRT, then it pretty much takes up that extra space on the side there. In the corner of the room, there is the column that has the medical gas and the suction and the air. So not a whole lot of space as compared to now.
So medical gas now has been moved to the wall behind us so that there is plenty of options in case things come up. We do have patients on multiple IVs, CRRT, BiPAP all at the same time, so having this many outlets is going to be very beneficial to our staff. The chair here behind me, the chair actually, the side of it releases down so we can get our patients up and out of bed a lot more quicker than just laying in the bed. Current state, our families, if they have to stay the night, then they're sitting in a recliner, uncomfortable most nights. So with these tables, these actually convert into a pull-out bed. So we have that as well. In the corner here, we have our wardrobe, so the patients can take and keep some of their family essentials there as well.
Behind you here, in our current state, we use whiteboards with markers. This is going to update that so that it'll have pictures of your care team as well as their names and their phone numbers. It also talks about the fall risk. That helps out the patient to know that they need help getting out of bed, as well as family members and care team that come in that are not sure how they ambulate. So it's got a lot of information on it, as well as contacts, how many liters of oxygen, what their diet is, etc. What is it? Walking. Okay. Yeah.
Also, as Tillman said, in the current state, our facilities are in the sink beside the bed. We have a bathroom in each of the intermediate rooms. Also, in the intermediate rooms, there are showers. The ICU rooms do not have the showers, but these do, so that patients, again, can get up. Early ambulation is important to all of our patients. And then the grab bar that you're got, and all.
I'm demonstrating.
You're demonstrating. Got physical therapy requested those so the patients could have easy access in and out. And then last but not least, these rooms are negative pressure. There's 10 of the 30 which are instrumental in tuberculosis and different types of diseases. However, this entire unit can be exhausted outward, so if we have another COVID influx or something along those lines where we can exhaust it all at the same time.
No pipes hanging through the windows?
No pipes hanging through the windows?
No pipes.
Any questions?
But at least we learned our lesson. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is great.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Here,
Our previous
this lady
years for the
talked through
COVID
things
pandemic,
as well.
we actually installed the negative pressure.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm trying to kind of stay out of the way, but that's hard for me.
That's it, ladies. Go ahead.
Alright, so short and sweet, current state in our ICU, we have one centralized nurses station, and the rooms kind of lap around in a circle. With the new state, each nurse will have the luxury of being stationed right there at her 2 rooms that she'll be watching, so she will be at the bedside at all times and able to keep an eye on her patients. Another cool thing that you guys will see, and it kind of ties into the boards there at the room, we have a little sign outside. Current state, we have to write down if patients on isolation, if they're MPO, if they're a fall risk, any of those things. We have to remember to put that on there and keep it up to date. This syncs in with the chart and talks to it. So if they're a high fall risk, if they're MPO, a limb alert, anything like that, if they're on isolation, there's instructions on what you need to wear, what you need to do before you go in the room, before you leave the room, and all that good stuff is out there for not only the staff, but the family as well. So really cool.
So the family walks up with a sack full of cheeseburgers and they see that and they go.
Yep.
No, they stuck in their purse and sneak on in.
Bring it to the staff. They love the food, so we'll take it. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much. Oh, you think you're special?
My staff all 16 You're like the low. All my staff. Oh yeah. Amy, my assistant. She was a pregnancy doctor who darn she. And then she asked if Archer was. I think they like him more than you.
You know what? You know what?
There we go.
They asked her, I said, hey, I'm meeting Danny. What
It's not quite as pretty.
Said, make sure you tell him she is staff mates.
So
That's why they like them.
So I had this young lady that works for me, and she's really young. She's a
Here we go.
dead set and fixing her up out there. She's about the same age.
Yeah.
Step to the side and
Oh no, Fred not so. They were dead set on fixing the two of them up. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait.
Oh, I don't know about that. So we traditionally.
Come on, Sabrina, you can do it.
Our helipad is over there on the field. If we were to fly a patient out, the flight crew has to be escorted by EMS to the emergency department, get the patient, and then it takes them back to the helipad. Now we'll just be able to bring the patient straight up to the helipad once the helicopter arrives. This is it has heating available for ice and snow to prevent that, and has a full fire suppression system. There's levers throughout there if there was ever an incident out on the helipad. And we have a UNC helicopter that's joined us today, and the flight crew is going to let you guys take some pictures and look through the helicopter just as soon as we get this group wrapped up, okay?
Enjoying the tour?
Hey, how are you?
They left this side closed in case anyone wants to take a picture in the front of it. The back side is open if you want to look inside.
Carrie, where are you? You want to go ahead and do the picture now?
I'm wondering why I didn't see you.
Everyone, let's go ahead and gather up in front of it, and I'm going to get a picture of everybody. Now, I've got to get a 360 video inside of it. Let me get you right. Let me get you right. Absolutely. Hang on. Pose there. 3, 2. Oh, we get one more. All right. So here's the cockpit.
Well, we pretty much stay in our base.
Fantastic.
Up center, and then we go.
Here's the patient area. It's like an ICU.
A lot of times they do in our hospitals, but we do a lot more scene calls than they do anything else.
That's crazy. Where did you guys fly from? To Chapel Hill, or?
Well, we came from Chapel Hill, but we're based in Aberdeen.
Oh, okay.
We
So
had
a little further down east.
yeah.
Yeah, my wife's from Pembroke, so we're down there around the Sand Hills region sometime. And happy birthday, Miss Bailey. I forgot to say that.
Somebody to, I got you. Steer my ducks. I got you. Do y'all want a picture in front of the helicopter? Are you sure? Are y'all ready to go?
She doesn't need it, but I do.
Probably.
I took several.
Thank you. You are so very welcome.
Station there to the nurse's station.
floors don't match, so it's not third to third. And when we were connector, there's a half.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, having a good environment.
It does. It makes a difference.
How are you? Make sure everybody gets up here.
I would go ahead.
Good. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'm Jennifer. This is Mackenzie. We're the float pool leadership team here at UNC Blue Ridge. This is the centralized nurses station for the ER. So this is going to be where your primary patients that come in through the ER are going to be housed in these rooms. We do have 2 bariatric equipped rooms behind you, room 16 and 17. So they have the ceiling lifts. And then we also have a bariatric equipped restroom here for those patients as well. And then everything is very centralized for the staff here. So we've got the medication room, your supply rooms are kind of on the corners so that everything's easy access for the staff. Yep.
All right. Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're going to take a little shortcut through here and back up this way.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your tour.
You can see all of our
So depending on size, a lot of times nurses are fuel in, stretching it down.
they bring equipment down in, plug it in, so it's ready to stay in
This is the space. Yeah.
Reduce that.
Trauma area.
Oh my goodness.
Good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to the trauma area. My name is Katie Pittman, and I'm the trauma program manager, and this is Jensen. She's a nurse in our emergency department that will be working over here as well. So just to go ahead and point out some of the physical features you can see, the rooms are much larger than our current ED rooms, so we're super excited to have that space to be able to bring the resources that our patients need to the inside of the rooms. We also have cabinets over here that we will be keeping all of our equipment for the trauma patients that we will need, so they'll be close to the bedside and easily accessible. But additionally to that, we do have a centralized nursing station that is going to be amongst all 4 of these trauma rooms that will also have quick access to medications and supplies as well. One of the important safety features that we have installed in our trauma rooms is we did make it somewhat like an operating room. One of the safety features that they included was isolated power. So for any of our wet procedures that may take place in this trauma room, we have safety for the patients and the team because it will protect them from electrical shock. One of the most exciting features that we have, if you guys want to step a little bit closer, is the ceiling booms. The ceiling boom is equipped with medical gases such as medical air, oxygen, and suction, and can be centrally located and moved throughout anywhere in the room. It also does have power and data, so the monitor here is the monitor that we will use to monitor our patients during their resuscitation. That can be moved anywhere so it can be visualized by the whole trauma team to make sure that we're keeping a close eye on vital signs as well throughout the process. All of the medical gases that are on the boom are also housed on the head wall as well. So we do have different points of contact where we can deliver these to our patients as well.
Another feature that is also like an operating room, we do have a scrub sink placed over here as well as our hand washing. And then we also have our surgical procedure lot that we are able to move around the room and use as needed. To be able to check our patients out. And another awesome feature that our trauma rooms have is our beds. We are, instead of moving and rolling our patients to put boards behind them for our x-rays, we have these slots underneath the beds that we're easily able to slide in behind the patient so we can see.
And along, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Four rooms?
Four rooms, yeah, 4 trauma rooms. And we also are equipped with hallway beds as well in this area to help with that additional capacity. With the nursing station, there is also an area for EMS touchdowns. We wanted to make sure we were taking care of our county agencies as well. So if there's anything they need to tie up before they leave, any charting or anything, they're also able to do that over at the nursing station prior to leaving.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, sounds good. Okay.
Thank you. Enjoy your tour.
Are you free? Do you have any questions? No. I know we missed that first part. We can actually
Sit here and watch.
All right.
You can go ahead. They're talking now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name's Christian. I'm the assistant nurse manager for the emergency department over here at Morganton. This is our decon room. The decon room features several awesome things that help us stop the spread of infection into the rest of our emergency department. It starts over here with our ante room. This ante room is where our staff will come in and out of the room to get into the room without trying to let the infectious diseases out into the rest of the hospital. And then they would come through this door, that door would close, they would get all their PPE on, and then they would come through the door into the patient's room. Over here, in the middle of the room, we have a pretty large bathroom. That bathroom is got a shower in it, it's got a toilet, it's got a sink, it's got everything you would need. That way the patient doesn't ever have to come out into the emergency department if they have some sort of infectious disease. Over here is our decon area. This decon area comes in from the outside of the hospital. EMS brings the patient straight up to the decon area. We have a hazmat situation. They come in, they rinse off the patient completely, and then they can come into their room after they're all rinsed off. So that's our decon room.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going down to our safer side, and this is where we take care of our behavioral health patients in the emergency room. Well, full help. Yep, and we're gonna go right down to the end of the hallway there. Yep. Thank you. Our current state is our behavioral health patients, if they want to take a shower, and our station with us, we can find a patient room upstairs, we can make sure that it's cleaned after. Now we have a full space for our behavioral health patients to be able to take care of themselves here. And you can see that there is, in their rooms, there is a way to lock down all the medical equipment to make sure that patients are safe, but staff can open it up to do whatever they need to do to stabilize. So that's something new for us, and certainly will be safer for our patients. Really excited about what the share with these out here, we for the first time have an outdoor space for our behavioral health patients who are in the emergency department. It is free from anything that could harm them. You know, as you all already know, patients are in our emergency department for days and weeks sometimes. So this gives them a space to come in, a family space, and then also something that's going to be just very refreshing for those patients. Yeah. All right, we are on our way out. I think we've been called to come out, so we're going to head down this way.
Is it time for the
It
show?
is time.